Okay, everybody, I'm going to do a quick little tutorial, and you can even speed this up if I'm not talking fast enough. It's a little tutorial on how to insert photos of your work into Google Docs in an appropriate way. Some of us are struggling a little bit with this, so hopefully this will help. I tried to search the YouTubes for a good one, and I came up short of anything really good. So here's my attempt. First of all, it's very easy. There's multiple ways to insert a photo into Google Docs. I will show you one way. There's actually little icons, I think that's what they call them. I don't know. Little things right here that will do it, but I'm going to go right here, insert, click on that image, and I'm going to upload these from the computer rather than search the web for answers to these questions, because that is actually cheating, because these questions you're supposed to be doing and stuff, this is your work. So upload from the computer. You can't see what I'm going to be clicking on. I'm clicking on the photo that I want to insert. And there it is. It looks actually pretty good and a decent size. The only problem is it's not facing upright, which some of us had some trouble with. So if you select the photo, just click on the photo, you should see a blue outline. And at the top of the blue frame or outline is this little, right here, over here, this little blue handle is what I would call it. Maybe it has a different name. But if you click and drag on this handle, you can actually turn or rotate the photo as many degrees as you want. I want to turn 90 degrees, or since I went this direction, it says 270. That's okay. And when I let go, it is now upright. Perfect. And the actual picture is a good size. However, and if you might be able to recognize one of these questions from last week, you had A was one of the answers from last week. B and C was not on there. So you know what? That B and C stuff is kind of a distraction. So maybe we should crop it out. Let's try that. How do we do that? There's multiple ways, once again. One of the easiest ways, though, is just to, if the picture's not clicked on already, then you double click, but this one's already clicked on once. You have the blue outline, so I'm just going to click on it. I'll double click it. There it is. Double clicking brings up this additional black framing or black outline, and that black outline is showing you what will be cropped or not cropped. So I'm going to move up the black portion up to right there. So it's going to only include the answer for A and not B and C. So it's not quite done yet. I just have to set it in place by hitting enter, which I just did. And it cropped out that whole bottom part. So I just have the answer that I wanted to show. And it's a good size because the print is about the size of the actual text, the text type from whatever. You know what I mean? And also a normal human could just look at this screen and be able to read those words. All right, so those are the options. So just a little reminder. So when you do submit your work, it should be legible for one, so you can't be too crazy in your handwriting. The photos should not be blurry. Occasionally, our phones have incredible capabilities. There's no really excuse to have blurry photos. Just take it again. Dark, if you're in a cave, please come out of the cave and retake the picture. Come into the light. And also the size, as I was just showing, the size of the photo should be appropriate for a normal human to be able to read, right? And if you compare the text, the writing with computer text, they should be about the same. So a normal human can read it. So here's an example of something that's too small. It actually looks pretty neat. This is additional answer to a question from last week. It's too small, though. You probably wouldn't be able to notice. Most people wouldn't. So what do? You can make it larger. How do we do that? I'm just going to make a second copy of this first. There's another copy. One of the things, once I click on the photo, it's got the blue outline again. I can move it around. I can click and drag. There's three options, though, when you do select a photo. It's probably a good idea to keep it in that first selection on the left, which says inline. Otherwise, when you wrap text, then suddenly text appears over on the different sides of the photo. It's not really what we're shooting for here. The title is all we need and the picture of your work. So We'll keep it as is. I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to move it down here. And picture again is too small though. So how do I fix that? I'm just going to click on the corner of the blue little framed outline here and then just expand, and it will expand. I'll do that several times until it's the right size. How about right about there? That's a good size. Everyone can read that, right? Yes. Once again, just like before though, here's the answer to the question if you can recognize it from earlier. But this other stuff, letter B, that wasn't part of the answer. So, and there's some extra stuff on top that I kind of don't want in my picture. So let's double click the picture. Let's crop down that top part that I don't really want and this bottom part. Ooh, we could even get rid of some of that blank space on the side like that. Hit enter. It's cropped, looks beautiful. It's easy to read. I'm not in a cave with giant shadows. So we're good to turn this and actually make it a little bit bigger, because why not? And that's how you would insert some photos so that you can actually read them and I can grade them. This is important for those of you who are going to take the AP exam and you're going to handwrite your answers and then take pictures and then upload them. This is good practice to make sure that you know how to insert some photos and then upload the photos to whatever device you're using to download the questions and then therefore upload the questions when you take the AP exam in about a month. Alrighty, hopefully that helps. Just as a reminder though, make sure you complete all the guided practice questions, any check for understanding multiple choice questions, any other questions that appear in the videos, in addition to the homework that are at the end of the video. You have to include all of those if you want to get credit toward this 80% thing. All right, I was pretty generous the first week. I'm not going to be subsequent weeks.